This conference will now be recorded.
Can you go into Lexicom and show us, a little bit, because we had some questions about like channel advisors and all of our partners and so on. I think there was a shortcut icon on the desktop. There it is, right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Upside down triangle, blue.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize you were already on the Lexicon machine.
Yeah.
I was looking for the remote desktop.
Alvin, did you join? So from that list that you were helping me with, that spreadsheet that shows everything,
Yes.
that's what we're trying to figure out now. If you look, obviously, let's go through these one at a time just so we're clear. Rose, pull up that spreadsheet if you can.
Okay, I'll try.
EDI. So Amazon AS2, if you click on that first host.
Yep.
All right, so that's pretty basic. It's just strictly Amazon. Now, I'm assuming Canada uses the same one, right?
I believe so. I would assume so. Yeah.
Yeah. Amazon Europe. When I spoke to Frank last time, we set that up, but we didn't do it.
Okay.
I'm assuming Amazon Test. Do you know what that one was for?
I would think.
Just to test the Europe, probably.
Yeah.
All right, so Bed Bath & Beyond, that's going to be a critical one for us, and it's just one, right? So even though, Rose, this is a question for Rose, we do have 3 customers for Bed Bath & Beyond in NAV, right? Dom, Tom.
Yeah, we have the store, which is what we code as BBB Dom, and then we have the e-commerce, which is coded as BBB com/Dom or -Dom, and then we also handle some BBB import. That's completely manual; it has nothing to do with EDI.
All right, but I want to say it's all coming through one, just Bed Bath & Beyond, right, Kelly? All that's
Yeah.
just coming through this. So what are the AS2 is Canada and the AS2 is US? So we have 2 of those, right?
Yes. That means that AS2 Canada sends an ID of BBB Canada. AS2 US sends an ID of BBB production in their AS2 documents. It's a communication thing. It's not the sender receiver IDs.
So do we need to put this, it's obviously it's required for it to be set up like that, right?
Yes. And it's all filtering into the BBB directories.
All right. Let's look at CAFTP. That's channel advisors. So what everything is going in the channel advisor? This is where I get confused.
Something.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I believe something goes out from to channel advisors on a regular basis. I don't think you receive anything from them.
That's right. We were sending out the 846 only, and we stopped sending that. We deactivated the account really back in, I want to say maybe late October, early November.
Yeah, we tried to get rid of it, and then somebody said it was being used. So Frank had me put it back.
Yeah, we were going to, I believe, use it for, I think for target testing.
Well, target's down here. We have target. You have a target AS2. Well, it says production, but it was never completely filled in.
Right.
There were no certificates exchanged. When you do AS2, you exchange certificates, another way to make sure you're talking to the right person.
Okay. All right, so let's keep going down. GXS.
I believe that's your primary van.
And what's coming in and out of GXS? Anything? Everything? Is everything flowing through there? Everything? It's not AS2?
You know what? Let's look. Let's look and see.
David, while she looks for that, I'm trying to find that spreadsheet, but you renamed everything, so it's kind of hard for me to identify quick enough.
Go to Blue Cherry folder in public drive, EDI.
Yeah, that's where I am. And then, do you remember what it was called?
Yeah, it's called, hold on one second, because Kelly has my mouse. Hold on one second.
The setup sheet revised 315, is that the one?
That's the one, yeah.
Okay.
And I apologize for renaming it. I just got a little more organized. Sorry, Rose. Don't mess with those files, Kelly.
Right now, it doesn't look like anything's coming into the DILL inbox.
Oscars, Fortunos?
I think. Oh, GSX ICS is it's pointing to the ICC FTP Live DILL directory. This is your primary.
That's the primary one.
That's your
the one that I always see.
Where just about everybody comes in. And your archives are very good.
All right, I think Alvin just joined. Alvin, let me know when you can hear us. So I guess we got to dissect this. Looks like GXS and ICC net. Everything else is pretty self-explanatory.
Correct.
And then we have all right, and then once Alvin's on the phone, Rose, if you can populate that sheet to update it, and then save it to our folder, and then at least we have a firm foundation as far as what's happening with Lexicon. So look, let's see where Alvin. Alvin, can you hear us? I can see you, but I can't hear you. All right, so let's try to dissect again ICCNet. So what is everything? Everything's coming through here?
Yeah, I'm trying to get into the archive right now.
Okay.
You've got quite a few items in here. That should really be cleaned out.
Where should we put anything before like 2016? We should just get rid of it? Or
Yeah, you can just delete it.
Someplace else? We can just delete it?
Yep.
All right. Actually, Kelly, you can delete it. If you can delete it for us, that's great. Or if it's going to take too slow, it's up to you.
It would take me a long time to.
All right. Maybe I'll do it off site today.
You're making my heart pound, David.
Alvin, let me know when you can hear us.
Hey, hi, how are you?
Good morning.
Hey, Alvin. Okay, Alvin, I want to introduce you to Kelly. Kelly is the EDI specialist at Lanham.
Hello.
And Alvin, can you? Okay. So what we wanted to do is dissect our lexicon to make sure that we were proper. So let's actually start over. If you could just minimize that or just keep that there, Kelly. Let's look up top. We'll start again. So Alvin's on. We're all on the same page. So Amazon AS2, that's going to be for all Amazon, Canada, everything. So we're good with that.
Okay.
Amazon Europe test, and the one below that, they had tried to do Amazon Europe. It never matriculated, so we're not going to do that. Bed Bath & Beyond, which has a number of
two mailboxes.
Two mailboxes, and there's a reason why we have two, Canada and US, okay? Now, Bed Bath & Beyond has a number of that's the parent. They have a number of other customers that we're going to do business with eventually. Christmas Tree, right, Rose? Was one of them?
Right. Christmas Tree Shop.
Would we use the same connection, or would we set up new ones?
It depends on whether or not it depends on them. If they want AS2 and have a unique AS2 ID, like not BBB production, like Christmas Tree or something like that, then you could put it under this Bed Bath AS2. But if they have a
different sender receiver ID, we got to set it up different. Got it. Okay. So let's look at CA channel advisors. And if you can, take a look at that. So I guess the question is, and we spoke about this, do we need this? Because I understand that we're doing something with Target.com with this, right, Rose?
That's right. We are, I do log in. It's all a manual thing where I'm accessing the orders for Target through our Channel Advisor's website. but if we can activate communication here, that would be great.
So this is actually not active then.
Right
But
now,
we're
no,
gonna-
it's not active.
But I guess the question is, if you look down below, I'm going to get ahead of myself for 1 second. We do have a Target AS2 in production. Is that
Yeah,
going to work
but-
for Target.com also?
The Target AS2 production never got finished.
Okay. So let's
That's why-
let's keep with channel advisors. So Kelly, are we doing anything with channel advisors right now? CA, FTP?
Well, let's jump to the ICC net. Here's everybody that's coming in: Macy's, Boscov's, JCPenney, BBB.com 997s. I'm not sure why those are here. Belk's, Macy's.com, Bloomingdale's. That's what you're doing with the ICC net.
And
FTP.
ICC nets our van, right? Our primary van?
Yeah, that's your primary van. CA. Let's see. I don't see anything going out CA
Yeah.
since 10/1.
Right. That's the code that we had, or the identifier for the 846. That's just an 846. It's not even an order. It's nothing. It's just the inventory.
Okay. And I don't think you get anything, you don't receive anything from them. Oh, you do. Well, you did.
Yeah, no, that was kind of a test that I was trying to see if it would even do anything.
Okay.
Remember, we were trying to act to see what would happen. I tried to send the same 846 file back out, but it didn't work because the communication had been shut down, the line or whatever.
Okay.
But I believe are you planning on, I'm trying to remember what it was. Is Channel Advisor supposed to be a partner later on to be set up?
I think just to be safe, we do it, because if we miss something, maybe it's coming in. At least we'll call it like a catch-all. And if we don't use it, we'll deactivate it. Rose, you okay with
Okay.
that?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Sure.
Bottom line is that we just deactivate it. But I think that because this is still a little complex here, what's going on here, I think we just keep going. So let's look at GXS, ICX, or ICS.
Yeah, I don't see any activity. I don't know what this DILL is.
It's Dillard's.
I'm sorry. Oh, Dillard's.
Dillard's.
Oh, okay. I don't see anything in these folders that's current. Oh, that's not what I wanted. We already did that. I mean, if you want to know what is going on, just look at these folders, and that'll tell you. See, there's nothing here since 13/14 going out, and that was just tests.
And may I ask where the files that are being archived?
Common receive archive. This is where everything inbound gets dumped. Okay.
Okay.
And once it gets processed by Navision, it goes into this archive folder.
Can you pull up a raw 850 from someplace there? Alvin, maybe that's why we have that header and footer that we were talking about that we got to strip out. Aha.
That looks fine.
Yeah, so this is
Well, kind of looks fine. Let me see.
This is a raw 850.
raw 850. So it's going to be .edi before it's anything else.
And that the .edi that's their convention. It can be, we can take in any extension.
And this is a copy of the original
No,
raw data file?
this is the original. This is unprocessed EDI data from today.
Wayfair.
So
Yeah.
let's actually make a copy of that real quick and put it on a desktop if we can. Actually, is there any BBB? More importantly,
Yeah.
you can save that. Let's save. Actually, it's.
You want to
Are they
say
all
that?
different? Are they all different? All different customers right there?
They're all different, either orders or files or.
I need an 850 from all of our trading partners. That's just like that, because then we don't have to do all that work of stripping the header and footer out.
Maybe we could do that just because I just copied the files and I saved them in Notepad. I don't know if,
It had nothing to do with that. I think that, again, remember there was a lot, we've been doing this since 2004. There's a lot of customization that Steve Chinsky did with Frank.
Right.
And because I'm even looking, from Kelly was speaking to me yesterday that there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that was really customized. We have no clue. We're trying to figure out, how to bake something that someone gave you, handed out a recipe for like 200 years. We had no idea how it works.
I just see the two. Let's look at the archive. I'm sure this is a B&B, but let's, this might take a little while. I'm trying to get you a current one. Yeah, if you want the raw data, you want Common Receive Archive.
Okay.
And if you want raw outbound data for a particular trading partner, you want outbox, you want the, like,
The sent box?
no, you would, yeah, the sent box, you would want ICCI FTP Live outbox archive. That's the raw formatted data for outbound transactions.
Right,
Perfect.
and each host has its own folder, I guess.
Can I ask you a favor again, Kelly? Just make a shortcut to that path on the desktop. And what I'll do is only what people that ever go in here will be Rose and myself, so we won't do anything bad because we need
Well,
to start testing this.
There's different outboxes for different trading partners.
All right, so it's just whatever outbox. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, you've got a million items in here.
Yeah, we never purged. Bottom line, 2013. I'm looking right there.
Yeah.
It's amazing. No wonder our system's so slow. I think we have hamsters on a wheel making it work.
Unfortunately, there's no tool to go in and clear these out
You
and
got to
put them
purge.
in subfolders, but
I don't even think Frank ever deleted anything. He just started moving files and archiving them into a separate folder by year. But he never deleted anything. He didn't want to. He was afraid to.
I mean, you could have a Common Receive Archive 2013 and move everything into that, and it wouldn't harm anything. But
Kelly, how many hours do you think it would take if we gave you to do this for all of it, archive everything after 2016?
I have no idea, David.
Okay. All right. I sort of don't want to touch anything here because it's still fragile.
Any other questions while we wait for this?
Yeah, let's keep going down. Kohl's,
Kohl's has its own set of folders.
self-explanatory. I guess
Yep.
my question is, why did they do ICC net for all the other stuff? Why not just go? Because they just want one van for everything, or maybe that's how they started the business.
Well, probably initially, yeah, initially when you started the business, everybody was just would go to a common van. And
Yeah.
then different trading partners would want to do direct communication. And that's why you have the BBB AS2s and the Amazon AS2. They would want to go direct and not through a common mailbox.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's why you have most people in the common mailbox and just these guys, separated out.
Got it. All right. Niger. Same. Overstock.
Overstock, we haven't turned that on yet. Do you plan on turning that on, or we're just gonna?
Probably not until we get our new ERP, but at least we're live now. We're in production, right? Do we get a production number?
No, we haven't gone production yet. I was waiting to hear from you.
All right, so give us, till next week, and we'll figure that one out. What we're going to do there. Target,
Okay.
we're not doing anything, right? That's just
Nope.
sitting there.
Just sitting
So
there.
what we got to find out is, does Target.com go through that? And
Target.com, nothing's coming through this.
Well, would Target.com go through that? Could it? I don't know the answer.
I don't know. It depends on them. I don't, possibly. Is Target.com AS2 direct communication, or are they willing to go through your van?
Yeah. All right, so we'll figure that one out. And then TJ Maxx, right?
Yep.
TJ Maxx and Marshalls are the same, right? Or is Marshalls going through ICS?
I couldn't tell you that looking at Lexicom. I could tell you that going through Navision.
All right, so maybe we'll look at that real quick, and because that's our last question. And that's it, everything here. Okay, so let's get on that. Let's take a look at Navision, and that'll be our last question. Thanks, Kelly.
All right, let's see.
Max, we don't know.
Yeah, we still don't have a BBB file, unless you want one from 2011.
That's fine. That'll work. I don't think anything's changed. That's simple.
All right.
Perfect. That'll work.
Let's look at this one. There you go.
Wow, how many styles are in there? It's right now you copied 3 of them. Perfect. All right, and then let's take a look at Navision and see if Marshalls was going through TJ Maxx, and then.
Okay, I don't think Nav's on this machine.
I'm gonna drive for a second. Oh,
Okay, go ahead.
Why are you closing it?
Did you want me to stay open?
I'm trying to see if. No, it's okay.
Give me 1 second, because then Kelly's gonna jump off into this. There you go, Kelly. It's all you.
All right. All right. Your question is Marshalls and TJ Maxx going to the same place? Marshalls is coming. Well, this is Marshalls. No, Marshalls is coming through GSX. I mean ICC net.
So if it doesn't, it sounds to me like the pattern. If it's not an AS2, everything's going through ICS.
Yes.
And Channel Advisors was deactivated. Rose, you're thinking that was strictly an 846 at one point? That was it?
Absolutely, just the inventory.
All right, this really clears up a lot. All right, this is great.
So TJ Maxx goes to the TJ Maxx host?
TJ Maxx is, yes, AS2. Marshalls is coming through ICC net.
Got it.
Now, what I got to find out is Target.com going through Target. Got it. Okay.
Well, I can tell you, is Target.com live?
Well, we don't. No, it's everything's manual right now. They just started this new thing up.
Okay.
Can you check maybe?
Oh, I can look to see if it's.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be there.
It's just regular Target.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know. I'd have to look into what all these are.
So
Okay.
Target is probably going through ICC then?
Now Target has their own AS2. We've never done Target.com. We've never got them up and running.
Yeah, and you never got the Target AS2 up and running either.
Either one, right? Okay.
Yeah, all of those Target listings that Kelly has up, they're from like the beginning of time. They're like from 2006. They stopped doing business with all of that.
All right. So here's what we got to do. We got to make a decision, a business decision. Do we want to keep with ICS or do we want to do separate? What's going to be the best business practice?
I would stay with ICC Net. You don't want to mess with your van. That's too much
Right.
communication with your trading partners. They could throw you back into test mode.
That's what we're doing. All right. Great point. Love it. All right, Kelly. That's basically it. And if you can if we can talk a little later about the smart post for FedEx for Boscov.
Yeah, I'm still waiting to hear back from Lanham Associates on what else I can try to get that registered.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome.
All right. Take care. Bye. Wait. Alvin, did you have any questions for Kelly?
Yeah.
Hi, Kelly. So GXS is not being used at all, right?
Let's go
I
back
don't
here. So
think so,
Because
no.
it seems like the primary host is ICC.
Correct.
Okay. I see what the others are being used for. Because GXS would just be another van like ICC.
Yeah, it's pointing to ICC Net directory, so I don't know what the point is of the GSX host.
Oh, can I see that?
do you want to
Can you
drive
point
Alvin?
on? No, it's okay.
You want me to put it?
Common receive.
FTP live directories, but with subfolders,
Bill.
Dillard's and Fortunov, but I don't.
That.
Let's see if we
That's
can.
the one with that folder.
I can get a log. Let's. 2 months ago. Let's see if anything happens there.
And file transfers. 3.
Yeah, it's just
3 inbounds.
It's just searching for data. It's not.
No, it says on the bottom there's only been 3 inbound transactions the past 2 months.
File transfer attempts. Yeah, I don't think there's anything going on with this connection. I mean, it's running, but it's not finding anything.
There's probably not even a need for it.
Yeah, well, I deleted something and I was told to put it back, so be careful what you delete.
Yeah, actually, we're not going to touch anything. After thinking about that, we're not going to touch it.
Yeah, I wouldn't mess with the lexicon. The connections are cheap enough. If you need more connections, buy them. Yeah, what's that?
Oh, there.
it picked up something in,
Quick question for you. I'm on the phone with Lanham,
When was
and
this? March.
we're saying
How do we know what that is? I can't even read it. It's so tiny.
channel advisor on an
March
EDI
6th.
Common receive? What does it say after common receive?
It's adding on to a file.
What is that?
Or is that the name of the file?
files on March 3rd, March 6th, but I can't tell you what they are or what was in the files without going to dig for this file name on that date.
1, 2. I think. Oh,
I can only tell you it received something. Let's look at it would have gone into Dillard's.
can
All right. Do you have 1 second? Can you pop onto this call? I want you to say that to these guys. I'm gonna text you. I'm gonna text you right now. It's I'm logging in. Just click on it, and it'll pop you right into the call.
Whatever it was, it didn't process to Dillard's.
You just pop on this call and say exactly what you said. I'm gonna text you right now. Bye. Guys, wait 2 seconds. Brian, the owner, I'm gonna pop him on this call 2 seconds. He said something about channel advisor. I'm gonna make sure that we're all on the same page.
I thought there was a separate folder for Dillard's.
There is a separate folder for Dillard's.
That's just for the inbox, I believe. But I think
Yeah.
the original file is still being saved on the common receive archive folder.
The raw data is.
Hey, Kelly,
Yep.
can you slide this window a little to the right?
Sure.
And if you could do a search on that window, on that the other window that you just, on the search archive, can you type in M3601 392?
That is not a file name.
So that means
It's
because there's a different source on the second receive below.
that could be the original file name and it got
Appended to this receive file?
correct.
Oh, then we should maybe. Oh, and the receive file.edi would be the one that would have been archived.
Right, and it would.
So if we find.
It would have an extension on it.
Correct.
For that particular date.
Hey, this is Brian.
Hey, Brian. All right, so can you guys hear Brian okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right, so explain channel advisors, what we just talked about, Brian.
Okay, so Channel is like a portal that Target uses for their the way that they manage our inventory and send orders, and basically it's like an interface, almost like a commerce hub or something like that. And we actually keep all of our listings and manage our listings on Channel Advisor. So when we say Channel Advisor, we're really talking about Target. And Channel Advisor gives us the option, I think it's possibly with EDI, but I definitely know API. And what we could do from Channel into the system is set up a link so that when orders come in, they'll drop into our system through Channel Advisor. And then when we ship out, we'll send the shipping advice out as well as an inventory connection. So we can do an inventory feed into Channel from our ERP.
Is that what you're seeing right now, Kelly?
Typically, if somebody started to set up Target as AS2, that would be your primary EDI connection for orders and invoices. And 846s. I've never heard of Channel Advisor working with Target for other things.
Yes, exactly. So it's we actually had to sign an NDA. It's strictly confidential. I don't think it's released this out to anybody that we're doing it, but they are, because we're getting orders and we're doing it manually every day. And so it might not be. I know it's not a publicly known thing, but it's,
We need to do
that's how
it.
it
Bottom line, we need to do it.
Yeah. Well, we're doing it now, so but we're just doing it manually.
Yeah, you must. I don't see anything.
But Target is like sort of irrelevant. It's more about Channel Advisor, the Channel Advisor connection. I'm just saying when we say Target, we're talking about Channel because that's the only orders we get in from Channel.
So, but this now let's thank you, Brian. That's all, Brian. Thank you. So, Rose, you're doing this from actually Channel Advisor's website, right?
Sorry, I had you muted. That's correct.
Okay. All right. So this is why we're not seeing this, Kelly and Alvin,
Right.
because we're not pulling this conventionally. We're not set up. So Rose is doing this from the website, Channel Advisor, and she's doing it manually.
Okay.
But this is what we want to do. We want to do it like as they're saying. And then that brings up the last question. Let's talk a little bit about Commerce Hub also. So, Rose, tell us a little bit about Commerce Hub.
Commerce Hub. Commerce Hub, again, we have, that's our middle guy that orders for milk, for JCPenney, Com. These are all e-com accounts. So Belk, we have JCPenney, we have Home Depot. Those accounts, everything flows through Commerce Hub. Now for Home Depot, got a little exception to the rule is that I have to download every day their packing slips out of Commerce Hub. I can't access anybody else's packing slips other than
Are you referring to Commerce Hub portal?
Yeah, she's doing that through the portal.
Through the portal.
All right,
Yeah,
so
there's no Commerce Hub connection here.
Yeah.
all right, so that's going to be obviously phase 2 for us for the ERP. Right now, okay, just so we have this on our roadmap. All right, so what we're going to focus on now is what we're looking at now, and at least this is really clears up a lot of questions. Alvin, do you have any more questions for Kelly?
No, I'm pretty clear about it right now.
Okay, Kelly, thank you very much, and I'll touch base with you for SmartPost later.
Okay.
Thanks again.
All right. I'm out of here.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Brian, you still there?
Yes.
Okay. All right, we're good. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, bye. All right, so guys, I'm going to disconnect this because I want to save this strictly as Lexicom, and I'm going to reconnect it because it's the only way I can save that recording. All right? And we're going to join literally and take a 2-minute break, and we're going to join again. We're going to start. Now, one thing, just, okay? Is that all right?
No problem. Got it.
All right,
Talk soon.
bye.
This conference will now be recorded.
Good to go.
And she said, 302 bytes. That's small enough. That's not 850. That's an 850. That's not
Too big.
I mean, here, this is really small, but that's an
That's an
860.
860.
997.
Too big.
That's a PO.
Good. Yeah, it's too big. Go scroll down a little further. That's too big. Scroll down further. Remember in 2016, there was one. It's going to be the same exact map, but it had like 4 lines, which is going to be perfect for the BBB test today.
This is a PO.
You want to use this one? It's 12, like 14 styles, right? It's going to be too many for right now.
David, we can do the same thing that I did last
I'm going to let you drive. It's all your show. Go ahead, Alan. I'm going to put it, where do you want to put it? Do you want to email it to you?
Well, no, we need to put it. Yeah, go ahead, email it to me, and I'll drop it on the.
All right, let me put it in my public folder. No, I don't have connection to the X. Let's see if I can cut it and paste it real quick. Hold on.
That's the scary part. There we go. Play.
Let me see if this works on mine. What do you think?
Might have worked, yeah. I think it might have worked, yeah.
Okay. File, save as. Desktop.
That's fine.
Coming to you right now. Sorry, did you want something else?
I just wanted to look all the way to the left of that file.
Right there. So I sent you the email, and that's up on the screen right now.
Sweet.
Yeah, so who's Joseph Diaz? I keep getting strange people popping on this call. I don't know how they get this number.
Got my file.
All right, so Rose, while we're waiting for this,
Yes.
while Alvin's looking at that, you and I are going to do the BBB, Customer Master. Now Alvin's the test.
Wait, I don't remember if that was BBB Canada or US. We'll figure it out. Hold on.
Okay.
Where am I? There we go. Let's see if I can do this.
All right, so we're all set up.
That's not working.
The only thing we have to do is we got to do the 850 control. And what we're going to do, Rose, is you're going to read me the numbers. We're going to take the Amazon one. We're going to copy it. We're going to right mouse click Bed Bath & Beyond. Tab over. Our vendor ID, we're going to create a new one. And our EDI qualifier, what's it for Amazon or for BBB? 12. What was it for? Pull up that sheet, Rose,
Yeah.
and tell me what Bed Bath & Beyond is going to be, what their ID is.
Didn't Alvin need to find out if it was a BBB or BBB Canada? We don't know that.
It's probably going to be BBB or regular. But let's.
Okay, so BBB is, you ready?
Wait 1 second. Is it a 12 qualifier?
It's a who's 1290868.
It's going to be 12.
I'll tell you in a second. Hold on.
Okay.
BBB is 08886731. This is BBB Canada.
Canada. Mm-hmm.
Let's do Canada. It's going to be the same. So it's an 8 qualifier?
Is a 01 12, sorry.
Oh. And what's the communication ID? What did you say it was?
908 688 7. Oh no, sorry. 67
908 688 67
731.
908 688 6731.
Yeah. 3912. Okay.
All right. Vendor qualifier ZZ. We're keeping ZZ, right? Our vendor qualifier the same. 01. That's actually this one. This.
Yeah.
All right. Everything else we're going to keep the same, right, Alvin? From the original Amazon?
I didn't look at the file. Hold on. I have to see the file. Are there SLNs? No SLNs, PO1s. No. Rose?
Yes, I'm here.
Usually, Bed Bath & Beyond Canada, do they order by pre-packs or by SKUs?
By SKUs.
Okay, then let's see. Did they send? They do send the SKU, I believe. It looks like, yeah, I think they do. So, David, can you scroll down?
Yeah. I think I'm going to make you presenters because it's going to be a little faster, Alvin, on your connection.
Maybe. Okay. So we want to do this.
And we also have to allow back orders.
What do you mean?
It's a back order account. We are allowed to back order.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that's for later. Check the orders. I think you're okay. Did you save the communication ID?
Yeah.
Let me see.
I think I have to rename it BBB. It's 9.8 right now. Got to rename it BBB. BBB Canada.
Twelve 908 Okay. This might be sufficient to get started. Okay, so we have BBB Canada. I've dropped the file in. Let's see. Is this?
Do you want me
no.
to make you presenter, Alvin?
Sure. I just need to get to.
It's probably going to be a lot easier from your end.
What happened?
I made you presenter.
Oh, so now I gotta share
saved.
my screen.
Yeah, because it's going to be a little easier for you rather than manage on my computer.
Hey. Do you see it now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So here's the file that was saved. Okay. And there's Canada, BBB Canada ID. This is Elreen's ID. Now, just a precaution in case we need to. Oh, we have one here. In case we need the file again. Alright, so we have the file. And we have two ways of doing this in eVision. This method or through Web eVision, which, by the way, I have your password. There we go. Do you remember that, if this is the way that I showed you how to run the workflows, or was it through the web? I think it was this way. Anyway, so
I don't remember seeing that screen before, but.
David, the username has a capital E in it. And why is it not working? I don't know. So I will check it out. Do you remember seeing this?
Alvin, to be honest, I don't. But maybe when you click onto the next screen, maybe it'll jog my memory.
Okay. It's okay. All right. The screen that you see in front of you is Kinetics. This is the same as what you are seeing here also. This is the classic version that you're seeing. This is the web version that's been released the past maybe 2 years, and it's been available for the past 2 years, and with similar functions, just looks different. One is web-based, the other one is the GUI on the EDI server. Okay. And so we have that file. I showed you. Where is it? What's this? Yeah, this should be it. Oh, wrong folder. Sorry. Archive. We have this file. Okay.
Right.
Now, if once it's production, it would be going to the Lexicom inbox, BBB Canada folder. Okay. So right now, since everything is test, we're just copying files over to the Lexicon test folder. So now we have the web version, and basically to run and translate, that file, I want to go to workflow, open up workflow launch, which gives me this other screen. And also I want to open a monitor tree, which would pop up a separate screen. Now, the monitor screen is basically going to show you if things went okay or not. You don't even need to have this open. So,
Okay.
all right, there, you see it. So now, we want to run a test workflow inbound. So I expand this group called 2 test retail workflows. And basically for inbound, there's only one workflow that's set up. This will process any inbound. Right? I click on it. The name populates this field over here under workflow name. Okay. And when I'm ready, I just click launch. And you'll see it started over here. And it's going. Blue is good. We're waiting for the translation to happen. You'll notice the file disappeared already.
Right.
Okay. And come on. It finished. Blue is good. Okay. So this means that our file is now should have been created, which is this. And you have access to these folders. If you'll see, if you look at BC folders from Blue Cherry, you go to your test environment folder, EDI, stop, inbound, and there's your file. We open this. This is a mixture of files. I see Amazon, and then I don't know who this is, but the last file that was translated.
6731 is that BBB Canada that we're dealing with, right?
This one.
Yeah.
Okay.
All the other stuff.
The other stuff might have been files that were translated before today, and it just appended everything to that file 850.dat. Okay. This could have been something that I translated. I don't know if you ran any translation, but these are previous translations. Anything above what's highlighted right now. Okay. But we do have the Canada file here. Right? That's this file. So now that we have a flat file and we have the setups completed, you would be running the 850 process. Now normally, on a daily basis, you wouldn't have any filters here. Okay? And that's what we would run. But what we could actually do is, where is it? I lost it there. We can actually just look for that PO number if we want, or that communication ID, which happens to be this guy, and just process anything for that ID. Okay? Just to speed things up.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to run this. We say yes. And now that that's started, you will notice that this file will disappear. Oh, and it's split up already. You see the .pri files?
Yeah.
Okay, so it split it up. And the original file got renamed already. Okay. So, some of these things, you don't need to really remember. I'm just telling you, I'm just showing you exactly where everything is. Okay. So it's still running. Let's check task monitor. And it finished. It probably errored out. And so it did. 11 errors.
Alvin, if I may, why does it have a little check mark underneath that status column?
That
Even
means
you know there's an error, but why is it checked?
this, because,
Just the
okay,
fact that it's processed.
the check mark indicates that whatever this thing is that we ran completed.
Completed.
It's the
Okay.
Yeah, it completed. But the result of it is that there were errors.
Errors.
Okay.
Yeah, I just noticed that top bar.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. So now, being that there's errors, the file should be in transaction maintenance right here. And if I could be specific, I can look for the same ID again. It'll be 11 POs. It looks like 11 POs. And the PO that we're looking for is this guy. 3 UK. Last one. See it?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's work with this guy. You notice that there's 2 UPCs here.
Mm-hmm.
This and this. One has four units, the other one has 2. And these are the prices. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And in this case, there is no skew. I thought I saw skew before. Interesting.
You see
All
the
right.
number, the line begins DTL 120 41633. That's actually the Navision, the old Navision style number for that UPC number. So I guess they are, I'm not sure how they're flip-flopping the information back to us. This is what I mean by, the consistency behind the information that was relayed over to the customer. So
Let me check something really quick.
So they're sending us the style number and the UPC number.
Oh. 41633.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. That's our style number.
That's your style number. Oh, okay.
That's our style
fine.
number. That's our
Okay.
style number, and then followed by the unit price and then UPC.
Well, this is actually the end of the line. There's the whole line.
Oh, okay, the other way. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, let's pick this up. Hey. Wait a minute. Let's see. Might be easier if I try to make this screen a little smaller. Okay. So, we know that there's errors. So we look here. You have header errors. Says invalid EDI store code. This invalid store code refers to the same issue as EDI store code. That just means that you see the 2030 store in the background.
Mm-hmm.
You have to set that up as a store.
Okay.
Okay. Then it also says that there's detail errors. So let's look. invalid UPC code. End date cannot be prior to start date. End date cannot be prior to start date. And there is no end date. There's a start date, which they sent start date. So we need to calculate end date. Okay? And the UPCs are invalid. So which means to make this come in, we would have to enter in UPCs that are actually entered in the system already. So first things first. Okay? 1. Store 2030. I forgot what's the number of the customer start. Customer number is, where's the customer number?
The BBB customer number is 908-688-6731.
No.
Is that you? Oh.
That's the ID. No, it's BBB.
Customer code.
Customer code.
Ah.
So,
I went looking for the store number. The store address, I should say.
okay, we only have store 1 in the system. So, I'm going to copy this. Wait a minute. Why is it BBB? 1 second. Is this actually correct? BBB? Or is there a BBB Canada?
Well, yeah, we're going to have to create a new one called BBB Canada. Remember, we were trying to find a BBB PO, but we wound up finding one that was BBB Canada. So let's copy this right now. Call it BBB Canada.
Do you have a BBB Canada code?
No. We're going to redesign all our codes also. We only have 12 stores, 12 trading partners. We'll have those done.
So I would leave this right now just for testing purposes.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so BBB, which means the store I'm about to create will be under the wrong store customer code also.
Okay, but for testing purposes, it's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, should the EDI store be the same number?
Yeah.
Now, does it usually have a 0 before it or no? 02030 or just 2030?
It says 2030, so
Okay.
we leave it that way.
Okay.
It would show if there was a 0 prefix. I'm not going to enter anything else except the fact that it's active. I'm not assigning a DC, so I don't know if if the BBB Canada has specific DCs for each store. They might have sent it, but it doesn't look like they sent anything.
No, there's no distribution center.
So they're shipped direct to the stores?
It actually goes through a consolidator. It goes through a consolidator.
Do you have that consolidated information? We can make one up.
Yeah, I can dig around for it. Good cherry.
Let me see.
Masters.
Ship through type distributor. So it's supposed to be a consolidator. Do you want me to create a consolidator or?
Yeah, just create one for now for testing purpose.
I'm just trying to find it for you.
Because what we're going to do is when we do the upload, Rose and I are going to put in an Excel and wherever it's consolidation or distribution, we're going to put that code C or D, and we're just going to do one complete upload. But we're going to vet it out in Excel first.
Okay. So we added the store. That's been saved. Now we need, we're checking this already. Now we need these UPCs. We need UPCs. I guess any UPC, right?
It's fine.
Saving. Let's see. We cover everything. So I fixed the store. Oh. Fix the UPC. Now we need the date to be calculated. And this is under control. Since they're not sending the end date.
They don't send the end date. Yeah, what they do is their vendor compliance says that we have 13 calendar days to fulfill their orders.
Okay. So do you want me to create the end date to be 13 days post the start date?
Yeah, that's their rule. I guess for this, because we're just testing. I mean, we can just put in any date, but they do have a time frame.
Okay. So, well, that 13 calendar days might be in-house delivery date, not necessarily end date. So you probably want to adjust how you want to create the end date. Yeah, you can set it to be 13 days from the calendar day, or just in this case, you can add on a number of days to the start date to create the end date. Like in this case, 5 days to be added. Okay, you can change this later on.
Okay.
Okay. So I want to override, and I'm going to save this. This is the control. And I want to, let me see, hold on a second. Re-resolve style on the transaction maintenance. Because I did something over here, which we would normally not do. Okay. So we updated the control. We created the store number. Okay. We even created the consolidator, and we did the UPC deed over here. It's been saved. So now we just rerun the process again. Actually, in this case, let me do this. Let me see if I can actually run just the PO number. PO number for that ID. So now I'm becoming very, very specific. Rose, you okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I got too quiet. Sorry. I'm just taking it.
Rose. Earth to Rose. Come on, McFly. Say something, McFly. We need you to.
My eyes are like saucers right now. I'm like, woo!
Rose, I'm telling you, this part's fun.
I just want to make sure nobody's falling asleep on me.
No, absolutely not.
So it completed, okay, Rose?
Yeah.
And let's see if there's any more errors. There's more errors. It probably, somehow it resolved some things, but see, but there's still other issues. Let's see what we got. Has errors in details. So we go to the detail. Price variance. Oh, yay. So system price is set to 0, but the EDI prices that have come in are these two. So do we want to adjust it to 0, or do you want to just accept the EDI price? Well, you can't probably book 0, so I would
Match the EDI price.
Yeah. So we're going to say hold price error set to no. And hopefully that's the only other error. So I changed this flag, I saved it, and I will rerun the same PO again. One check, check. Okay, just want to make sure I didn't lose this. Running again. Task monitor. Let's refresh this guy. Wait a few seconds. How long did it take the last time? It took less than a minute. It should. Okay.
Yeah.
It completed. And again, I have more errors. What is going on? Well, the error in the detail disappeared already, but now department required for this customer. Really? Department's required? Why did it not? Is there anything set up here? Oh, one. Oh, let me see. I'm just looking to see if there was a flag that was checked here. Nothing here. Somehow there's a setup that it's telling Blue Cherry that you need a department number. There's none here. Okay, there's no customer setup, but you do have a department number set up for BBB. So we will populate. I can do a search or just type it in, save it, and we're back to this again. The errors don't always come up all at the same time because as it goes through each field, it tries to resolve each field before. So sometimes you might not get the other errors right away. But eventually you'll get used to what errors would be coming up. And by the time you finish setting things up, then you will stop getting all these errors. Finished. Look at that.
Yay.
Very good. So this was that PO number. So now open orders. I can look for it by PO number, by customer. So I'm looking for PO number. So this PO was created for BBB, even though it's not supposed to be BBB. It's supposed to be BBB Canada for store 2030, Department 01. Okay, PO numbers over here. It picked up a certain terms code, and you have 2 line items, 4 units and 2 units. Price per each, multiplied here, total pieces here. Okay, so now this is the same part that we got to last time. You have an open order. So now what you need to do is be able to pack and invoice the order so that you can start creating your ASNs, your 810s, okay, and any other outbound transactions that the partner requires. Okay. Ever pick, pack an order in Blue Cherry?
No, I haven't seen it really. No.
Okay, here we go then.
I don't know if we have any inventory set up though.
We're gonna bypass inventory.
Oh, okay.
Okay. We're going to manually pack these things. We're not gonna go through allocation. If you're gonna be, once you start using allocation, then inventory would need to be set up in Blue Cherry. Okay, so order number 19 has been created for BBB, right? What we want to do is to get this to a pick stage so that we can pack it and then eventually invoice it. Okay, we're gonna be needing a shipping method on how to ship this, and with the manual packing, we would be just manually entering tracking numbers or bill of lading. Okay, how do you normally ship Bed Bath & Beyond?
Well, it goes truck. It goes by truck. It goes by truck.
Okay, so these 6 items, which looks like could go in one box, will be placed on a truck. But usually, it's probably a bigger order anyway, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, all right. So, by truck, which means you need a bill of lading, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because it's not going, you won't be able to get a tracking number like UPS. So, order number 19. I'm copying this. What I want to do is get this to a point of pick. So, I want to pick by order. This is all manual. Order number. I could search. And I got number 19 over here. Okay. And I could apply. And it'll bring up the order. Looks almost exactly the same as an open order.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm in the pick by order process. So I want to do is actually pick these guys. Okay. So I go down here and I want to pick all of them, not one by one. Now you notice the 0 went down to quantity.
Yeah.
Because I'm setting this up to become a pick ticket now, not an open order. So when I save this, the only thing that would stop me is if there's a a credit issue. And it looks like, invalid warehouse. Invalid location. Where is it? Where's my location? Huh. Where's the location? It's not EDI. Oh. Where is the... What was I? Oh, that's why. It's not showing everything. Location's not there. Oh, sorry. Routing. There we go. Okay. Location is warehouse. I guess primary. Okay. And in this case, we're shipping to... Wait. You said consolidator.
Yeah, which we don't have set up.
I thought I just set that up.
Oh, you've made one up? I was busy trying to look for the address, and I think I have it, but.
I want it open. Come on. Ship through. Thought I saved it. Consolidator. Let's see, and this was saved. So let me go here. C. Why is it not allowing me? It's not opening up. Hold on. What's wrong with this? Should have worked. Let's leave this out. Let's leave this. Okay. So, shipping from location 1, your warehouse. I'm saving this.
Okay.
Alright. Now, this should create the pick ticket. You notice it disappeared. It disappeared from open order, and now it should be available in pick maintenance. Search for it by customer, and there it is. It's in pick status. The items are in pick status. Okay. So now that it's in pick status, we can pack it, or we could also assign a bill of lading. There's multiple ways you can do this. We assign a bill of lading because we know it's going on a truck, or we can pack it first. Either way, it doesn't really matter. Okay. So what I usually do is I do a bill of lading assignment. Customer BBB, going to run, should generate just one number. Refresh. It completed. Bill of ladings were assigned from 1 to 2. Because there were 2 picks for BBB. I was only interested in 1. Okay, so let me refresh this. You see the 2 picks?
Yes.
Okay. I should have just ran it for this specific order, the second one.
By the pick number.
Yeah, or by pick number. So now this has where is it? Well, that's the VIX bill of lading, but the bill of lading is actually 2. Where is that? It's not showing here. Hold on. Why is it not showing there? Oh, there.
There it is.
Okay. Bill of lading number 2. All right. So we assigned the bill of lading. Now we want to pack it. Pack by a scan and pack pick tickets is where you want to go to. This is all manual, which eventually you will not be doing. Okay, but in case you have to do something really quick, then at least you have it. Now this was order number 19. It should pop up because we picked it already. Order 19 for BBB, 2 line items. Okay, shipping out of location 1, your primary warehouse. Now, in order to pack it, you want to click Add Edit Cartons. Another screen would come up. And now you have the opportunity to pack the items. I can just pack everything. Would I be packing this in 1 carton? Probably.
Sure.
Okay. So I
Smaller.
packed all. So it just moved over to the carton. And being that we're shipping this by truck, I don't need a tracking number, but I probably would want a weight on it. But I have a feeling you don't have weight set up. So let me check and see if I can save it. It saved it, but there's no weights in the system. So I'm going to change this to 7 pounds. Probably would be less, but carton number has been created. Okay, we have the weight. And let's see, I'm trying to see where is the shipper. Where's the shipper here? It wasn't added here. There's no need to. You can add it later on. So we're done with this, right? We packed it. We have a carton. Okay. I saved it. Close this. It's gonna go back. Oh, back orders has not been configured to closest pick ticket. What? Hi. It's a lot of setups. Okay. Balance 0. Should have been done. Should be done already. That configuration is something else. Wait, so there's nothing to pack anymore. If I go back to pick maintenance, and I look at it again, now I have weight, I have number of cartons, we still have the same bill of lading number. What we want is routing. Oh, see? Over here. Now it's available here. Let me close this up. So I just added the consolidator. But unfortunately, do we have an address? Let me just do this. Wait. So that would pop up once we create the ASN. Okay, so we have this. Saving this. We picked it. We packed it. So the only thing left right now is to basically process the pick ticket so that we can invoice it. You can go by any of these fields. I happen to remember the order number. Run. What it will display now is the pick ticket that's on file.
Okay.
All right. There's your 2 items, your styles, color, okay. Custom ship to, mark 4. Today's date, pick ticket number, 1006. So I should, I'm in the wrong place. There we go. Okay, so we can close this guy. Okay, and if I go back to pick maintenance, I'll show you what it did. It basically just marked the pick ticket.
It did what to the pick ticket?
It marked off the pick ticket that it's been printed. Let me see. Maybe here. I'm just looking for that flag. There we go. Okay. The print flag, this was a no before. If you look on the bottom, your codes are PR or never. Right?
Okay.
This means it's ready for reprint. It's a typo. It should be ready for reprint. Now that we process this and the pick ticket's ready been printed, you can invoice.
Don't we have to give a label to the warehouse to put on the box? Like, where's that there here?
Well, that would have happened when the order was picked and packed. Somebody would have printed it.
Okay.
Okay, I usually don't show that because I don't even know if the label is set up. Okay. We want to invoice. I think invoice by pick or invoice pick. Invoice pick tickets. Now, all these steps that I'm doing, except for the setups, like the ship through or the department number, these will all be automated. Okay? You're just learning how to do the manual.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yes.
So this one, order 19, I believe.
Yes, that's right.
Let's go search for it. And there's your order. Okay? So what do we want to do? We want to invoice. Invoice all. It should zero out the quantities over here. And then you just save it. Ooh, I knew that. Shipper code. I'm guessing that's a trucker. But if it's not, we'll pretend it's a trucker. Okay. Shipper reference. I'm just looking up this guy, USL. I just want to see that they're set up correctly. Now, US lines. Is this really a trucker? Do we
Not
know?
that I know of. No, maybe they just put that in
Made it
there
up.
just to have. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't recognize the name.
All right. Need to know that when you're setting up shipper codes to be used on EDI shipments, that there are two minimum things that you need to set up besides the code. The SCA code, which we will make, we will make this up right now, and the EDI ship type. EDI ship type indicates what kind of shipper it is. Oh, jeez. If I right click on this, is this a truck, which is usually, I think, M? Common carrier, or U, which is private. No, it's not private. You could also use truck, but the most common code for trucks is M. Okay. So I just saved this. Then I'm going back to my invoice. I just added this shipper, and I'm going to try to save it now. If it disappears, then we will have an invoice. So, just to view it, invoice maintenance. Order number. And now you have an invoice number. Before, you only had order, pick number, and now you have invoice number 104.
Okay.
Okay. And just like when we process the pick after packing it, we also need to process the invoice. Now I do have the invoice number, so I can enter invoice number here. Okay? Or I still remember the order number. I can enter it here. And same thing. This will just mark off the invoice as being printed, as being processed. And you need that in order to be able to start sending out transactions. Some generic invoice. I think that's set up in the system. Okay. Closing this. So now I refresh this, and if I show the additional header band, I think it's here. There. It's been marked off as reprinted. Right? Now that you have this completed, you pick, you pack, you invoice. You're ready to transmit your transactions. I presume we haven't set up any outbound controls yet. Nothing. Okay. So, oh gee. We're about to run out of time here.
So we leave the 8:10 for next session?
Might want to leave both. It's going to take more than 7 minutes for us to do the control. But what I think you need to get accustomed to is bringing in an order, creating it, pick, pack, and invoicing it. Once you get to that point, then we can continue with this.
Okay.
Now, do you remember the folders where you need to go to?
I think so. I wrote them down, but I mean, it's being recorded, so I'm going to refer back to this before I go to create and pack and et cetera.
Wherever the files that you have, okay, what you want to do is start off and put them here, depending on the host.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what I originally had set up is that the partners itself, I had set up GXS as the generic van. Now I know better, and it's supposed to be ICC.
CC.
So I'm going to start changing them here. Okay. There should be more partners getting added here as I test some more of these EDI files, or I could just create them without even files, and that's my target for the next week. And I guess on the next training session, we can go over the outbound controls creation so that you can start sending out, creating 856 and 810s.
Okay. All right, Alvin.
Okay. Let me see. When should we set up the next session?
I think we lost David.
Now I'm here. So let's do this. Obviously we have to pick up our pace a little bit. Alvin, we'd like to meet you for you to come up to and work on site. So what's your schedule? And let's keep it consistent for the next 5 weeks. Again,
Sure.
I don't see this, in my personal opinion, I don't see EDI being that crazy for us, 12 trading partners with all the docs. But the bottom line is that our next mission is to get all the stores uploaded so we don't have that. And the Style Master, we're changing a couple of things for our Style Master, where it's going to have a brand new style number, but we are going to have the old style number. There's about 1,600 styles that we will upload. And again, 12 stores. Rose and I have already started to compile most of the stores. I'll finish that upload by next week. You tell me your schedule, and let's keep this. I would like to do 2 times a week, an hour each time. Is that not enough? What do you think?
We can get a lot done in an hour.
Let's keep it consistent twice a week. Rose, what's your schedule where you're not going crazy?
Yeah, Monday's the only day that I beg that we don't do this. It's just too much volume, with our old system.
So what do we have scheduled for EDI every week, you and I? We have it what day?
The customer call is on Wednesday.
Rose and I have something internal, so what we're going to do is double that one.
We can do Tuesday, Thursday, or Wednesday, Friday.
Let's do Wednesday, Friday. Rose, you okay with that?
Wednesday, Friday. Yeah, Wednesday, Friday is good.
We already have a placeholder for Wednesday.
All right, we got Wednesday 11:30, and let's do Friday. You want to do?
Same time?
Yeah, let's do 11:30. I got sales at 12, but technically,
You tell
Rose,
me.
what do you want, Rose?
Yeah, my schedule is, you go by your schedule because you've got a lot of other, meetings and classes going on. So fit me in wherever. And
Can you do Friday at 10:30, Alvin?
What time?
Friday 10:30.
10:30 is okay.
All right, I'm going to set this out for the next 6 weeks. Friday 10:30. We got Wednesdays and Fridays.
Okay.
Rose and our mission now is to we're going to set up the 850 control tables for all of our accounts. We'll copy them. We're going to load all of our customer masters now. We're going to load most of our stores for the next 3 at least into the test database. And it should satisfy a lot of our problems. We've outlined a lot of our challenges with Lexicom, and also we know now how to get that 850 so we don't have to strip the header and the footer. All right, this is really good. Alvin, what we do need is I need a list. Can you start to copy all the UCC 128 labels into our database, the ones that we purchased? And then I need to figure out which ones we don't have, so that we have to put in a work order with you to have them made.
Yeah, I'm going to look through it, and see what it is that I need.
Right. And the only other thing is the 832 upload to QRS.
Are you doing that now?
Yeah, see, we're doing it someplace. Rose, do you know any place? You said Frank was probably doing it. I forgot to ask Kelly that.
I think that's going to be a question that we're going to have to direct over to Brian, because I don't know how they're doing it, honestly. I've never heard that.
Let's do this. All right, let's do this. I have a hard stop. Alvin, I'll send that out, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you. This was great. Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Alvin.
You're welcome.